Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, and welcome to a random stream we're doing here on the cuff. We're talking about Spider-Man 3 No Way Home. Now, I've actually seen this trailer, and so has Bob. Is that correct, Bob?
Yep, I've seen it. I got my game face on, and Zam, yeah, I
Okay,
already
well,
screwed it up.
no problem, mate. Let's just have a quick look at this trailer, and then we'll start talking about it, as well as what will be coming from this. Let's have a quick look, Ski. So, as you can see,
Gave us a fake name.
you don't mind if I pause it, do you?
Not shocked.
I don't care.
Look at that shirt. Look at that shirt. Do you think there's something in that shirt? Because when I first saw this trailer, I was looking at his shirt after it was coming out of John Watt's office. I'm thinking to myself, look, find X. Obviously, you know, this is a bit of algebra, Pythagoras theorem, all that shit. In there, and there's X, and he's like, as I found
He's
it.
found the X-Men.
It's Red X as well, Scarlet Witch Red, maybe. You know, anything there from that? Or is it just some bullshit?
I don't think. You know what? I'm sure that Kevin Feige will go back and retcon it into being something. You know, like 5-6 years from now when X-Men comes out. But no, I don't think it's anything. I think it's a science shirt, and he's supposed to be like Peter Parker, who is a science nerd, and we're finding X and he probably did it on purpose because, you know, we all know the X-Men are coming, so they're probably just trying to get the nerds all huffled and puffled up.
Well, there's something. Oops, my bad. I'm clicking the wrong thing. Let's keep going.
Yeah. I just don't
I'm gonna go
understand
for a
why
little
he keeps
walk.
doing this. You don't
I think
understand?
this
Like,
office.
it's
Look
pretty
at
obvious.
this. Look at this office. It's got Christmas decorations everywhere now. The rumors are that this will be set during Christmas. This particular film. So I feel this is a set they're in. I mean, this is a real office, but I think they purposely decorated it all Christmassy because they're using this office for filming, in my opinion. What do you think?
I think that this is the set of the next Spider-Man movie, which is going to be titled Spider-Man Work From Home.
Fair enough. I've got to stop clicking there and click here.
Spoil things. I don't spoil things.
Decorations.
Name me one thing that I've actually spoiled.
Pirate things as well. By the way, Ned's lost a lot of weight. And here we are. I might pause on this actually.
That was going to be my suggestion before the
Yeah.
stream, but I mean...
Let me go back a tiny bit. It's buffering. Have we got it all?
I think so.
I just can't get rid of this bloody red bar. 1 second.
You if you can't really.
My bad. Is that good? Is that good enough?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. So, we get to find out that the name of the film is called Spider-Man No Way Home. And by the way, if this is not good enough, this was my backup. If you look on the YouTube video.
What?
This was my backup. Is that better?
I mean, it's fine. I mean,
Cool.
I can still. It's kind of. It looks a little fuzzy. Hold on. Let me see if it's just my. It might just be my phone. I don't know. You make the call. I can still see it just fine right here from the video.
I'll get rid of it. 1 second. Let me get rid of it.
This is called live production, ladies and gentlemen. Zam is learning how to do production.
Yes.
I'm so proud of him.
Thank you very much. Anyway,
he's
let's
my little Zammy.
let's just get back to the point. So, as we know, the film is called Spider-Man No Way Home. There's lots of Spider-Verse theories regarding this. There has been some rumors to be confirmed, like people like Tobey Maguire in this particular movie, and Andrew Garfield, I believe, is in this. Obviously, Alfred Molina's in this. What's his face? Jamie Foxx is in this. These are, I believe, confirmed. Is that correct? And definitely.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx, Alfred Molina.
Apparently, they paid Tobey Maguire a shitload of money to be in this because he wanted nothing to do with this. it's kind of a shame that something which is pretty much what he's remembered for in movies is something he wants nothing to do with anymore, which is a shame because a lot of people regard him as the best Spider-Man. So
Hell, wait, whoa.
a lot of people
whoa.
do. I don't.
Who regards him as
No,
the best
I'm not.
Spider-Man?
I'm not. Look, I have no money in this particular fight. I don't give a fuck about the best Spider-Man and all that sort of shit. I just care about a good film. But there are people out there who think he's the best Spider-Man.
Okay, whatever.
So, nevertheless, there's a lot of people who enjoy his films, and he is fondly remembered as Spider-Man by lots of people. And I don't think he's hated. It's not like people despise him.
I despise him as Spider-Man. I never liked him as Spider-Man.
I don't think people despise Tobey Maguire that much. He doesn't seem to be that much of a hated figure in the comic book community.
He is to me. I despise him as Spider-Man. He never should have been Spider-Man. He should have been Ned Leeds in the original. I don't know what. Name the most forgettable character in the comic books you could ever.
Just to go on a tangent here, I think the Spider-Man has been portrayed in many ways. He's been the wisecrack, and he's also been the introvert. It all depends on how you want to portray him. And I thought Tobey Maguire's introvert portrayal of Spider-Man wasn't too bad. You know, then you got the wisecracking ones in Garfield and Holland, but you know, even Tobey Maguire was able to do some wisecracking moments as well in his film, so it wasn't too bad. But anyways, I think we should progress. So let's have a look at this board, shall we? So we know the film is called No Way Home, but there are some little tidbits. For a start, there's some hexagons around here. Now, I'm not sure if you know this, but Wanda Maximoff, aka Elizabeth Olsen, is going to be in Spider-Man 3. Did you know that?
I did not hear that was confirmed, but everybody thinks everybody is crossing over at this point because...
Well, we all know that Doctor Strange is pretty much going to be the link when it comes to this multiverse thing, because it hasn't been confirmed, but I think some people are like putting their bets on him being in WandaVision because of the link he has with the Multiverse of Madness, as well as him now also being in Spider-Man 3. So there's a good chance that he could be in that, and if that's the case, then obviously him being in Spider-Man 3 and Wanda doing all the fucking multiverse shit, that might come into play, as well as in his own movie. It's going to be amazing how they link this. This is going to be like a television series. Well, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a television series on cinema, but this is going to be quite a remarkable link up because this is really pre-planned. Some stuff they have a wavering idea of what they want to do, but they're really pre-planning this in a very unique way, and I can't wait to see how they pull it off. So what we got here? Let's have a quick look ski. So we've got Home Sweet Home at the top left hand corner. We've got Stay at Home, Stop, Hard Pass. Any of these things giving you some Easter eggs?
They're writing a lot of the stuff written around these, like anything with home in it is a title, and then what they're writing around it is their thoughts on it. So, you know, like Home Alone down there at the bottom, it has red copyright issues. Welcome Home, they just crossed it off. Home Run, they crossed that one off. Homemade, too cutesy, I think is what that says. No Place Like Home, and then they say trademarked. Want to Go Home, and they say, I can't read what that says. Work From Home, it says please no. You know, like, I mean, it's basically them taking all of the home spider, you know, all of the home titles that we've all been trying to, you know, theory craft. And I mean, they're basically saying what all their thoughts are really on those titles.
Yeah, I know. I do believe that they are making fun of the fans who've been theory crafting, you know, till the cows come home.
Literally.
Yeah,
that could have been Spider-Man. Cows come home.
Yeah, funny. They got this thing called copyright issues and stuff like that. Personally, just going back to the main title, I feel there's something in that. I think this is where I think after this movie, I do feel that we're always going to end up in a scenario where it just ends up a little bit shitty for Spider-Man. And I think the shitty, he's a bit like the like Ash from Evil Dead. He feels a bit like that. So like just when he thinks he's won, he's kind of lost a little bit, like at the end of the Spider-Man 2. So I feel in this one, his loss is going to be stuck in the multiverse or stuck in the Spider-Verse. He'll be in the universe which involves Venom. Fucking hell, I forgot the name of the guy. Is it Sinestro? Not Sinestro. Oh God, the Bat guy. The Bat guy. Jared Leto, for fuck's sake, is playing him. The Bat.
Morbius.
Yeah, Morbius. I don't know why I said Sinestro for some reason. Morbius.
Way off the mark.
Yeah, I know, and I'm sorry. I'm tired. It is past midnight where I am.
All I know is that in this movie, since it is called Spider-Man No Way Out, I want there to be a Sinister Six Elimination Chamber match where all 6 of them get to be in the chamber, and then they have to fight to get who gets to kill Spider-Man.
All right. So regarding the Sinister Six, we are going to see them. Hopefully, we'll see them all in this particular film, or some of them, or maybe we'll be getting them through the Spider-Verse, which is how Spider-Man has to deal with them and stuff. It's going to be interesting though. I've always thought the Sinister Six was a hard act to follow. It really is. Trying to
Green Goblin. That's all you need.
I just feel like, I think they might have to Justice League it, in the sense that they might have to just, instead of creating separate movies for all these villains for Spider-Man to fight, just bring them all in. Like what they're doing now, pulling them in from other films. I feel it's the quick fix.
Well, I mean, I did a video on the channel a while ago that was called the MCU's Multiverse Sinister Six, where I laid out who I wanted to be, the Multiverse Sinister Six. Like you have your Doc Ock, you have your Electro, you have your Vulture, you can have your Sandman. I mean, it'd be simple, I mean, you could have your Kraven, you could have your Mysterio. So
I just feel though that this is an easier way for them to get majority of them in this film without having to do backstories, because we're pulling them out from other universes where we're familiar with them already. Hence Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, hence Jamie Foxx's Electro. We've already got Vulture established. We've already got Mysterio established. That means just shoehorning in a couple more, no problem. Kraven the Hunter is going to be interesting how they pull that one off. And who's the one I've missed?
I feel like they need to. I feel like they need to do the Sinister Six movie before they introduce the Sinister Six. I think, because I feel like if they're dead set on doing a Sinister Six movie, and you get all of these actors who are good actors, Alfred Molina's fantastic, Michael Keaton is fantastic. Jake Gyllenhaal is fantastic. I mean, you got a lot of good actors there. So if you do a movie that's centered around the Sinister Six trying to defeat Spider-Man rather than Spider-Man trying to defeat the Sinister Six, you kind of Infinity War it. You kind of focus on the villains, and then Spider-Man's kind of like the MacGuffin or the target. It's more about all the Sinister Six members coming together. That's why I don't want this movie, No Way Home. That's why I don't want this movie to be based, like the main villain be the Sinister Six.
I do feel,
but I agree with you. I like the fact they're pulling from characters and versions of villains that we know.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no need to worry about a backstory and shit like that. Not too much. I mean, we might have to remind ourselves of how these other guys, how they used to be, but it's already there. The film's already there for us to get an idea of who they are. But I'm a bit concerned about maybe them kind of putting themselves in a bit of a rut, because it's all cool that they're calling their films No Way Home, but if they do make 3 or 4 more Spider-Man movies after this one, are they all going to have the fucking word home in their subtitles? I mean, this is going to end up putting them in a predicament. They've got to start changing the fucking names a little bit. Can't keep calling it home all the time.
Well, they'll call this the Home trilogy, and then the next movies will have a different, you know,
Oh, I don't.
word.
I just wish. I don't want them to feel. I don't. I just don't want them to be so contained like that. Just call it whatever.
I've always wanted them to do the comic book titles. There's so many comic book titles from Spider-Man's Mythos that you could go pull off of. Spectacular Spider-Man, Sensational Spider-Man, Spider-Man Unlimited, Ultimate Spider-Man, um, oh god, Web of Spider-Man, Web of Shadows, um, god, there's so many different like Spider-Man titles over the years that you could pull from, and you could make a good 8 movies with just Spider-Man. I mean, you can't really do Amazing Spider-Man because it's kind of already been done, but you know that's another one that they technically. I mean, maybe if they did, I don't know, Spider-Man and his amazing friends. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You know, Spider-Man. You know, the clone saga. You know, I mean, there's so many things you can pull from. Spider-Man, Brand New Day.
I,
You know, like there's
it's,
so many different eras and comic book versions of Spider-Man that you like versions comic books that you can pull from.
I just I just I agree with you for a start regarding the Sinister Six. I don't want it to be this rush job, and I really feel that this film Spider-Man 3, from all these information we're getting and all these um sort of cameos and stuff like that. I know a lot of them are going to. I don't want to mix up what's happening in Spider-Man 3 to what's happening in Doctor Strange 2 because there's a lot of similarities, but you know. Oh God, I lost my bloody train of thought, for Christ's sake. Oh, what a shame. But regarding this film, the Sinister Six. I wanted them to be something that we built up to in its own unique movie, and I feel it's going to be lost in all this Spider Verse shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I agree. That's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
like I don't want it to be just Spider-Man 3's villain is the Sinister Six. I wouldn't mind if the him getting introduced into the Spider Verse and maybe Morlun being like the Spider-Man villain,
Uh,
who's a big Spider Verse villain in the comic books, and Morlun's a pretty badass character. I'm sorry, I like Morlun as a villain in the comics. So I mean, and especially since they're getting the multiverse, the Spider Verse of things, it would make sense. But I feel like the Sinister Six, especially with all these good actors, they need to have their. I feel like with these actors, they can pull off their own movie very well, and as long as it's well written and produced by like the Marvel Studios, they could do it, and we could have a good Sinister Six movie, and we could have a really good mashup like Sinister Six versus the Spider. And I know it's Batman v Superman. I get it. I get it. The title sucks, but it would be a great like Sinister Six versus the Spider Verse, or Spider Verse versus the Sinister Six, or whatever. And you could have Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. You could bring Spider Gwen in. You could bring
Miles
what's her face
Morales.
back, huh?
You could throw a Miles Morales character in there as
Yeah, you
well.
could throw a Miles Morales character in there. I mean, uh, the Spider-Man 2099. You could have a plethora. And I
There's a
swear to
British
God,
Spider-Man as well, I believe.
yeah, Captain. It's like a Captain Britain
Billy
Spider-Man. It's
something.
Captain Britain, but he's like Peter Parker, I think. I don't remember.
I did,
But I mean, for God's sake, like you could get Spider-Man Noir and have him actually played by Nicolas Cage, like he was played by him in the animated movie. You could have that. It would be freaking amazing.
I think the problem with all of this is the the hold of Spider-Man with Sony, which makes everything a lot more complicated with a lot more red tape, because it's not just Spider-Man. They have everything to do with Spider-Man, all his rogue galleries, all the anti-heroes that are spun off from as well. They have them all. So Venom, all of that shit. So I feel that's always going to be an issue when it comes to Spider-Man, because I personally am not a fan of them trying to. I can. By the way, I'm getting feedback. Is it? No? Am I the only one getting feedback?
Can you still hear it?
Yeah. No, I can't anymore. Anyway, it's gone now. But I'm just saying, I wish they never went down this Sinister Six route in the first place. I really feel it's more than they. I just feel
I feel like if it's built up good,
organically,
it could be done well.
It feels like it needs to be built up organically, and now I feel like we're shoehorning. You know, I really do for the sake of it, because it's a big build up. We're talking six of Spider-Man's villains, and if he's having to deal with them individually or a couple of them at a time in the movie, okay, great. But this way, I'm not so sure, and I just feel we're not going to get maybe the payoff we want from all of this, because there's a lot of things to be coming out of this movie. This film also feels like a conduit for other things. It doesn't feel necessarily. I mean, a lot of the Marvel films are like that in general, but it really just feels like a stepping stone for something else, because it feels like it's birthing so much. It doesn't necessarily, it feels like a pilot for something, which is what was so unique about this particular movie. It's gonna be really fascinating what they were able to pull off. Earlier on, by the way, we saw Ned. He lost a little bit of weight. Happy for him?
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's healthy, I don't want someone to lose weight because they feel like they have an image. Now, if you want to get healthy and you want to lose weight, that's fine with me. I mean, more power to him. I don't think he's any less of an actor or less funny because he's lost weight.
All right. Before I forget what I'm gonna say, I don't give a shit about that. Regarding his personal reasons and stuff like that, I think it's to do maybe more with roles now. So far, I don't think we've been introduced to a Harry Osborn, have we, in the MCU?
No.
We got Flash Thompson and all of that, and we got an MJ, but we haven't had a Harry or a Norman Osborn. I don't think we will get a Harry Osborn. I think Harry Osborn is Ned, and I feel Ned will eventually, and I want to see this happen because this is how it is in superhero films and comic books generally. Ned will turn into a villain at some point, in my opinion. I think Ned will turn bad, and Spider-Man will have to face him. And I think Ned will be like a Venom sort of character, possibly.
He's the Hobgoblin, you know that,
right?
Yeah,
sorry, no, my bad, sorry. I only sort of thought of Venom because I bloodied that Spider-Man game. You're absolutely right. He'll be the Hobgoblin. Or the Green Goblin, but he should be the Hobgoblin because...
No, he should be the I don't think they would do that. I think that they would be smart enough to make him the Hobgoblin, because they know that if they made him the Green Goblin, everybody would be like, "Oh, but he's the Hobgoblin in the
This is regarding I want Norman Osborn to be in this, but I don't want there to be a Harry Osborn, and I want it to be that Harry Osborn in this universe died. So that's why Norman Osborn is a cold-hearted motherfucker.
Okay.
He died, whether it be naturally or a skiing accident, some shit like that. I'm not saying he's been killed, but he's dead. Yeah, and without his son in his life...
Bono.
Without his son in his life, Norman Osborn has nothing there to soften him. That was his only family left, and his son's dead. And so he takes him down a dark path, which ends him being the Green Goblin. Maybe he takes in Ned as a surrogate son. And
I mean, he could.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, Ned follows in his footsteps and becomes the Hobgoblin. There, my friend, is a theory, and I hope that we can see. I really want to see the seeds sown for a Ned heel turn in this movie. Something, because I want Ned to turn at some particular point. I want that to happen. Spider-Man, unfortunately for this young kid, he has these grievances. And his friends turning on him have been one of them. It's a common trope in comics, but I want to see this happen, because in a way we've seen people come back from the dark side, but not many people turn to the dark side. Wanda's come back, Pietro came back, the original Pietro that is. Obviously Bucky came back from the dark side too. I'm not sure if there's any certain members of the Guardians as well, like Gamora. Like Nebula. We've got people coming back from the dark side, but I want to see people from the light side turn dark now. It's about fucking time we switch it up, don't you think?
Sure. Sounds like a plan to me.
Fair enough.
I like the Ned Leeds thing.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I don't think I can get much more out of this whiteboard. I don't know about you. I mean, I'm not sure.
I'm good.
I'm not sure if these hexagons have got anything to do with WandaVision. I don't know how much of this shit is just there to take the piss out of our fans.
I mean, they got the frickin' Tesseract like right in the middle there. Like,
Or in the top there. Can you see my cursor?
No.
You can't.
No.
Oh,
But I see the Iron Man arc.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, near the top is the triangular one which he made in Iron Man 2.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe, and that's become his new thing ever since, I believe. So there's two of them actually. There's one there and there's one on the left side near the top as well.
I don't think that. I mean, I don't think that has anything to do with it. I just think that they're messing around with stuff, and I mean.
So one more thing, the Spider-Verse multiverse is the same shit, isn't it? It's parallel universes. But,
yeah.
So if you went into a parallel universe with a different Spider-Man, you'll still come across a different Iron Man, Captain America, and all of that shit. The same way if you went to a different multiverse, you'd find all those different Avengers, including a different version of Spider-Man. Correct?
Yeah.
So it's the same shit. Lucky Spider-Man's, Spider-Man, he's probably the most luckiest superhero in Marvel. He's got a massive rogues gallery. He's got his own fucking multiverse. He's got everything.
He's got a team. He's got a bigger, you know how like they have Batman Inc. in the comics? Like Spider-Man's got a, I don't want to say a sidekick team, but he's got like a conglomerate around him. I've been reading in the comic books. It's been called Last Remains, where it's about this villain called Kindred, who is kind of messing around with Peter and getting and all of his like conglomerate around him. I mean, you got Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman, Silk, Miles Morales, Madam Web. I mean, there's just a butt ton of them. Spider-Girl, like it, and it's just like, and you see and it's like, holy crap, this dude's got more side pieces than Batman.
It's amazing the similarities him and Batman have. It's no wonder that they're both the most popular of their genres.
And yet they're supposed to be loners.
Yeah, well, you have to blame the writers for that. Like Bruce Wayne was taking in kids like it was a fucking orphanage.
He's an orphan himself.
Yeah, good point. I've always, sorry, just to go on a quick tangent here, I've always wanted to see a world where Bruce Wayne's parents didn't die and he turned into an evil fucker.
Yeah, it's Flashpoint.
No. Flashpoint.
Oh yeah, Flashpoint was
Bruce Wayne died.
Dad.
Bruce Wayne died.
Bruce Wayne died.
And
but he still turned into, his
mom turned into the Joker because she went mad.
I think that's not in the comics. I think that was in the animated movie.
That's what I'm going from.
But I love it. I thought it was great. Don't get me wrong.
I wasn't a fan of that personally. The mum being the Joker. I thought that was
really. I thought that was great.
I think it would have been better.
I would watch a whole movie revolved around that.
I think it would have been better if they killed. In this case, only Thomas survived and his wife and Bruce died. Both of them died.
Nah, I'd watch a whole animated movie called Batman Flashpoint, and just like it being based on Thomas Wayne, and then Martha being the Joker, and
you'd have to
I'd watch the hell out of it.
I would need to see some credible ways of how Martha becomes the Joker, because it sounds good on just saying it like that after seeing Flashpoint and stuff like that. But she would have to, to become a criminal mastermind as well and be taken seriously and have those gangster vibes about her. She never had that to begin with.
Yeah, this is a tangent for a different day.
I mean, you could put down maybe Thomas Wayne being a bit of a hard ass and being more than just a medical man, but somebody who can use his fist. There's a lot of military doctors out there for a start. But just saying, regarding these, Batman, Spider-Man, they are very similar, very, very similar. And it's no surprise. I mean, their rogues gallery as well is probably like the best for both sets of comic books, DC and Marvel. So it's no surprise. Anyway, I think we've been blabbering on about this long enough.
30 minutes.
Yeah, longer than we should have. So let's wrap this shit up. So Spider-Man No Way Home coming out sometime this year. Can't wait. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, and remember, I've got a Rock episode 2 review out right now, and in a couple of days we'll be doing episode 8 of WandaVision, as well as a tier list this weekend. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a nice day. See you later, Cousin Cheeto. Bye-bye.
Bye.